Hey everybody, this is Melanie. Thanks for joining me today. I'm going to be doing a layout that I did recently for Paper Issues Design Team on Facebook Live. We're going to be using some Blvd Besties paper. We're going to be using some Elle stickers. And the file that I'm using right here, it is the free file from Paper Issues, and it's the alpha tiles. We're going to start with some Distress Oxides in fossilized amber, scattered straw, which I'm going to mix together, and then we're going to add a dusty concord. I just place the inks, the Distress Oxides, directly onto my Vicki Boutin Foundations paper. I'm going to start with the dusty concord, and this paper is already prepped, so you don't have to gesso it. I'm going to apply a little bit of water to my glass mat, and then I'm going to apply it directly to my paper. My goal we're going to start with today is to make some lines going down the page vertically, and we're going to put a letter on each of them to spell out the word go that I cut with the cut file. So now we're going to do the dusty concord. I'm going to hit it with some water, roll it with a paper towel. All I did was put it directly on the paper, and I'm going to go ahead and do, because I'm going to leave spaces, the yellow is going to go in between the spaces. So because the paper's already prepped, I can rub the ink pad directly onto it, squirt some water onto it, and hold the paper up a little bit and let it drip. You're just going to kind of fold, bend, finagle, move, whatever you want to call the paper and the water to get the drips to go as you want them to go. And I'm just using a longer, I don't know what number paintbrush that is. I guess I probably need to look. So we're going to add the last one because we're going to spell out the Cajun form of go, G-E-A-U-X. So we're going to start, the first letter will be the purple, and then the yellows will go in between. Oops, see, I dripped a little too far there, but you can, if you go quickly, you can dab it up. I'm going to roll the paper towel on top of it, hit it with some water, and I'm going to keep going until I get at the right shade of purple that I want. When you roll the paper towels, it just rolls, grabs up any excess, and keeps it from smearing the inks that you have. Again, this is just a lot of learning to play with it and letting it drip and get it how you want it. So I'm going to hit it with the heat gun. This video, y'all, is going to be a lot of inking and drying. I tried to fast forward a lot of it. Now I'm going to mix the scattered straw and the fossilized amber. I'm pretty sure that's the one it was. And I'm going to mix the two just to get the right color that I want. Put it in between them, and this one I'm going to let the yellow kind of overlap, and because we dried the purple, those colors will stay independent of each other and not blend. They'll just build on top of each other. So again, Vicki Boutin's Foundation cardstock, it's a thicker paper that is already prepped for you, so you don't have to gesso it. If I was using a regular thick card, just a plain white thick cardstock, you would have to apply, I probably would have applied a clear gesso and let that dry, and then started doing my mixed media on top. Excuse me. So just going to continue. So you see those lines, we'll do the letters on top of it as soon as I'm finished. Just going to keep adding water, dabbing it, just using your paintbrush to guide where you want that ink to go. Overlapping the lines just a little bit, and we're just about through. And then here we go with the letters. So I cut these with the alpha tile free file, and that's what's going to go on top of there. I'm going to take the little bit of the extra ink that I had on my pad now, mix it with some water, and I'm going to do some splatters, just flicking some splatters on there with my paintbrush, just to give it some more mixed media, distressed, some people call it grungy, whatever look, whatever you like, more or less. The larger the paintbrush you use, the larger the splatters, the smaller the splatters. You can even dip it on there if you want to. Alright, this is my newest wave addiction. It's the Dina Wakely Gloss Sprays. They're a gloss acrylic spray. I'm using it in lemon and heather. And I'm not using it as a spray. I'm going to put my paintbrush in it, and I'm going to do the splatters. And when it dries like a shiny gloss spray on there. So it's raised up off the page a little more, and it's just beautiful. I've sprayed it, I've painted the veneer letters with it, and I love the effect that it gives. So again, it's the Dina Wakely Gloss Sprays. It's a gloss acrylic spray. Here we're going to use the Blvd Besties. This paper is beautiful. It is a tone-on-tone heart on one side and then an ombre on the other side. Let me see if I wrote down what colors I'm using. I probably didn't. I can link it. I want to say that one's called the Yellow's Bell Pepper, but I could be wrong. I'll look at it and I'll confirm it down in the comments. So I'm going to use these papers to cut some tags, and I have a tag punch. Paper Issues is getting this tag in the store. She doesn't have it yet, but it cuts 3 different sizes. It cuts a 1/2 inch, an inch, and a 2-inch tag. So you cut the width. There's little markings at the bottom where I'm putting the paper in, and you just fit it for whichever size tag you want. And then it cuts 3 kind of the same but a little bit different tabs and punches the hole in it. And if you punch hard enough, it leaves an indentation around the hole, and I have a little hole punch, reinforcer punch, and then you can go and add those to the top if you want to. I'm going to distress these, and what I love about this Blvd Besties paper is that it's, like I said, the tone-on-tone hearts on one side and the ombre on the other, so you'll see when I lay them out here. That's all the same paper in the yellow, but it looks so different because of the shades. See how the ombre? I mean, it's a lot of bang for your buck, y'all. I'm going to line it up again. Again, this is the Cajun word for us down here in Louisiana. It's how we spell go. It's going to be Go Tigers for the LSU Tigers, if you couldn't tell that. I'm going to put some foam tape, that massive roll of foam tape over there. I'm going to put some so we can pop up these letters. And I'm not going to do a whole lot to the letters. I think we may add a little bit more splatter in a little bit, but I just kind of want the colors to show through behind them. So we're going to add some foam tape and get that built up. Again, that's a free cut file in the paperissues.com store. All the cut files are always free, and this one's called Alpha, ALPHA tiles, and they're very versatile, and you can size them to be whatever you want. So there I'm using a picture of my daughter at a recent party for LSU, kind of tailgate thingy for their sorority. And I distressed the tags, and I'm just going to kind of start. I'm not putting a lot on here because the background's kind of busy with all the paint colors. I'm just going to layer some of these tags, and that's going to go behind the picture. In a minute I'll have a little bit of scrap piece of paper that we'll put under the picture. And I don't know what I'm doing that's taking so long. Oh, there's the scrap piece of paper. I used I had to keep a scrap bin, and that's just a white with tiny black dots on it. I'm going to put some more tags on the other side. Again, that's the punch. They make the 3 sizes, the 1.5 inch, the 2 inch, and the 2.5 inch. So I'm going to cut, there I was just showing you the different sizes in the punch and the different tabs or tops of the punch. And again, we're trying to get those in the Paper Issues store. And like with a lot of products right now, having a lot of trouble getting them. But as soon as she gets that in the store, you need to get it because that punch is really versatile. Okay, so my letters are going to go there. My picture's going to go there. I'm going to peel off and get those stuck down and commit to where it is. So we're going to get those on there and start building the picture. And I just kind of offset them a little bit so they're just not straight across. I don't know why I'm measuring after I did it, but it's straight enough. Okay, yeah, I am adding more. I'm adding more of the Dina Wakely Gloss Sprays on top of the white where I cut the letter out. And then it's kind of going inside the letters too, so it's going to give that a little more dimension inside of there. Like I said, it dries a little raised and glossy. So I'm just going to go ahead and start building behind my paper, my picture I mean. I'm going to layer the tags, put 2 on each side, the left and right, and I'm going to add that little piece of black and white, and I think I go in and add a little piece of word paper underneath it too. And yeah, I think I'm going to add in another piece. Going to make sure that T-squared ruler that's in the store, that thing's a lifesaver. Okay, this is a punch from Heidi Swap. It's the old school line that she has, and it happens to have a tiger on it. And my sweet friend Heather stamped a bunch of these I don't know if I said punch a while ago, I meant stamp. She stamped a bunch of these for me the other day, and so I saved it and cut it out. These are the Elle Studio Puffy Letters Alphas. Oh my gosh, I love these things. So I've got the black ones. I'm going to add the word tiger under Go Tigers for LSU, and those little, I have these in every color. I recommend you going to the paper issue store and grabbing up every color you can of these. They're a small little alpha. They're puffy. They're easy to go on. They're a nice font. They blend with a lot of other fonts. Here I've just got some little random Elle Studios puffy stickers, some words, some hearts. I'm just going to add little things, and you can see a close-up in it a minute of just the little sayings that I'm putting on there just to add a little bit to it. I thought I added another piece of black paper, but I don't guess I did. I'm going to cut, this is one of my favorite things right now, I'm going to cut a little bit of the top and bottom of the paper. Here's where I add some more paper. And going to distress it, and I'm just going to add some of this pattern ombre paper at the top and the bottom just to give it a little something at the top and the bottom to make it stand out a little bit more. So I'm just going to run my tape, stick a strip of that there, and I'll cut it off. Of course, it's not even right now, but I'll get that on there, and then I'm going to trim it off to make it even. There you go. And that just adds, you can also take, I don't think I sewed on it. I can't remember, I recorded this one a while back. I don't guess I did sew on it. So here we are. I'm showing you that while I'm adding it. You can use code MelanieAnn in the store to get 20% off. You can follow me on Instagram. You can get these free files in there. This is the ombre paper. It's really beautiful. You need to check that out, Bella Boulevard in the store. I'm going to add a little bit of twine to these tags because you know you can't have a naked tag hole. So I'm just looping them through there. I'll cut them off a little bit. Added a few little hearts on there. You can take your machine and you can stitch around those little divots I cut out of the paper when you're off camera. I think I went back and did it. And you can just sew just to give it a little bit more. And there you have it. Oh, nope, I'm adding the Nouveau. I forgot about that. I'm adding some Nouveau in a yellow, and it's either a heather or a lavender. And the Nouveau, always do it in 3 little dots. That's just going to give you a little bit more to look at when you have it. So there you go. There's the finished layout. You can follow me on Instagram at Melanie Hyatt. You can shop in the store and use code MelanieAnn. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day.